what Chris said about when you first came here. I'm curious. This has been a little bit now, but what do you remember about that flight over here? That first flight, or like that first day when this decision was pretty quick. Like I can imagine that's a pretty big, chaotic day in your household. Like, what is that whole day like?
Well, the flight started at 3 o'clock in the morning, their time. I remember it being very dark driving to the airport that morning. There was not very much sleep going on in the Simmons household the night before I left.
Maybe other teams and game situations. Where does he have the most work to do?
Yeah, I think so. I remember my kid was like, "When are you coming back?" My son was like, "When will you be back?" And I'm like, "That's a great question. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll have to call you later on when I talk to you this evening and get back to you on that one." There was an excitement to come here, but it was, being honest with you, the reality of what I was coming into, I had no idea. We were building a home, so my wife was still pretty irritated with me, like, because she had designed everything she wanted to go into this house. Because I was like, yeah, we'll probably be here for a while. And you guys probably are either married or in a serious relationship. That's why you're laughing at me, because you understand the ear whooping that I got when I was like, hey.
That takes years to overcome, I imagine.
It still gets thrown at me when she gets mad from time to time. But it was one of those things that it wasn't a second guess on it. It was, this is where we're going. This is where we're going, and let's go do whatever we got to do to make it work and to be great at it. So, the excitement was obviously they're coming in here. The plane ride was honestly trying to figure out who was on the roster and trying to learn as much information about who was here.
Just talk about the personality part and why that
Which pretty much, personnel was a large discussion of going through. And at that time, it was like, I knew I was coming, so they were talking about, guys at the position that I was going to coach, and everybody on offense. And at that time, I knew I was coming, obviously because I was on the plane. But we ain't, there was no discussion of, okay, hey, you're going to coach this, and you're going to be working with this person. There was just a lot of unknowns. But it's like, the one thing that I did know is like, I had a tremendous amount of confidence in him, meaning Lincoln, and belief in him, and I knew we were going to be successful. Now, how we were going to go about doing it and who we was going to do it with, I had no clue. I had no clue what this facility had looked like. I'd seen the Coliseum, because like I said, I recruited in California. Never had come up here. At Washington State, we played SC in the Coliseum.
Okay.
So I had seen the Coliseum. Outside of that, I couldn't have told you what the facilities looked like. I couldn't have told you. I knew where campus was geographically, but I'd never been on campus. And it was a lot different when we got here compared to what we had. He's got a funny story, which I would kill him if he told you about, my response when we first got here. What we're going into is a lot different than what we got, or what was inherited when we got here.
Yeah. Just a surprise that some things have kind of fallen by the wayside.
I got a lot of appreciation for the guys that was on the staff here prior to us getting here. It's unfortunate that they don't get the credit for the success that they did have with what they had.
Anything glaring in particular?
First thing you notice is how well that
Well, we're moving into a new building.
There you go. Fair enough. Was it a surprise, like when Lincoln calls you that morning, night, whatever, that he calls you, like, is it a stunning call to you? I mean, like you said, you were building a house. You're expecting to be there a while.
We had played Oklahoma State. We all kind of went back separate ways going home after the game that night. You know, obviously we were all kind of disappointed and upset because, you know, had we won that game, we would have been in the conference championship, and who knows if we would have been here or not. So when he called me that next morning, I knew we were going to meet, and I knew we were going to get ready to go out on the road and recruit. So when he called me that next morning, you know, when I saw the call, I was assuming that he was wanting to talk about the last night's game because, you know, he's one of those people that's kind of nocturnal. And some of the plays that had happened have been running through my mind throughout the night, so I figured he was just calling to talk about that. So I was literally pulling into the stadium, about to get ready to go into the office to rewatch the game, because then one of you guys had asked me about changes in football. Then you didn't have those tablets on the side, so it's like you're going off your memory on, like, okay, what coverage did we see? And, you know,
honestly, it's more like skin
or you listen to someone up in the box say, hey, you know, this guy didn't get to this spot, or, you know, so I'm going through my mind, like, what had actually happened. So I was going in early to actually get a physical watch on the game to see what had happened. And he called and he was like, hey,
Turn around.
no, I was in the office. I was in my car. I'll never forget. I was in my car and he was like, hey, what are you doing? I was like, I'm about to head up to go watch the game. He was like, well, you got a minute. And I'm like, yeah. Then I'm thinking, like, damn, I know my guys didn't play that bad word. And I was like, yeah, you know, what's up? He's like, well, where you at? I was like, I just pulled into the parking lot of the stadium. I'm about to get ready to head up. He was like, all right. He was like, are you by yourself? And I'm like, yeah. And then he was like, hey, I've been thinking about this all night. I think I'm gonna take the LA job. And at that time, everybody had been warming to him to be going to LSU. I was like, I thought you said you wasn't. There was no way you was going to Louisiana. He's like, no, not that LA job. Like, huh? He's like, SC. I was like, are you serious? He's like, yeah. He's like, you know, I'd love for you to go with me if you want to do it. I'm like, well, you're kind of the boss. So, I mean, I want to be employed. I'm like, yeah, of course. And he's like, you know, I think we can win there. And, you know, he started kind of recruiting me, trying to sell me on the job. I was like, bro, I'm going.
Or accounting for it, maybe is a better
He's
word.
like, all right. He's like, I was like,
just like players.
Yeah.
when are you going to do this? And he's like, well, he's like, I'm going to talk to the administration. I want to talk to the team, and, you know, I want to be the one to tell them. And he's like, you know, we got a staff meeting at this time. And, you know, I want to be able to tell the staff. I was like, oh, okay.
Those are two guys right off the top. I think Braylon Shelby kind of like his next step in his game too. He has a great skill.
Well, when are we going to leave? He's like, well, if we can get it done, we'll leave this afternoon. I'm like, oh.
But this was
I said, okay.
But no, I mean, there's a lot of guys, man. Like
I was like, all right. And at this time, it's probably like 7:45 in the morning. I mean, we were on it was about a 45-minute conversation. I'm just sitting in the car at the bottom of the stadium by myself.
What was he doing?
So he's like,
I think you just
well, you probably ought to call Tosh and let her know. Because when this thing hits, it'd probably be better that she hear from you as opposed to them. I was like, oh, yeah, good point. So I turn my car on and back up and go home. And she's sitting in the kitchen when I walk in the house, and she was like,
Yeah.
I thought you guys had meetings and stuff today. I was like, yeah. I was
Well,
like, hey,
he's of course a guy that's physically.
we need to talk.
She's
like, did you get fired or something? No, I didn't get fired.
The next steps. So this
She's
is
Like that's the first place you assume?
I was
I
like,
think he had his best
she's like,
practices,
well,
the last 3 or
what do
4
we need to
practices.
talk about in your back home here so early? I was like,
You know, he's been
well,
working really hard on his flexibility.
Lincoln's gonna take another
Trying
job.
to
And
find
she's like,
the right weight for him too.
we're moving to Louisiana. I was like, no. I was like,
But she's finding the right weight for him to be.
he's gonna take the USC job. And
She's
she's
really capable. And so he's been very conscious of that.
and kind of looked at me.
Out through, but man, I really saw him kind of take.
I'm not telling your kid this by yourself, by myself. You're gonna have to tell him.
So tall and big, he's gonna have to bend.
And that's so.
The rest is history.
I think
One woke him up, and we told him, and he kind of looked and
I think he got a ton better throughout spring.
went back to the office, went through the meetings, told my players, threw all my stuff in a box,
Tobias Raymond, he's on the taller side. And
went
he's
home,
56
and
snaps. Of course, it's then guard and
I think reality kind of set in with her. And
what's kind of the philosophy of having
listening
the tall
to
side,
her,
positives and negatives of
and trying to answer her
if
questions
that is
as
a
well as,
position that he will
you know,
Yeah, I think. I mean,
trying to
when you
pack.
Look at most like Alito.
And then I remember calling him. I'm like, do you know how long we're gonna be gone, and what do I need to pack? It's like, we're probably gonna be there for a minute. He's like, I have a press conference. I want you there. So
Just being able at times when you're a little
probably
bit
need to
quicker
pack a
get
suit.
back on a back block.
outside of that, I'm sure they'll give us shirts or something when we get there. It's kind of how it went.
Wild sliding doors moment for you guys. Like, what if you guys win at Oklahoma State game? Like, your life might be completely different.
It's fun to watch.
Worked out okay this way.
Yeah, I think, you know,
We'll see where it comes.
she fusses at me about the house, but I always throw back like, you do live in California.
You can do anything here.
Norman, Oklahoma, Los Angeles, California. So
Very gifted.
I get a lot of grace after that statement.
Was that crazy for you to kind of go back in your mind during that whole?
That first 2 months,
But also from the mental side, man, like he was just a
I don't think we had a day off. Like I can remember even going over the Christmas holidays at home, trying to go buy Christmas presents, trying to do anything and glued to your phone, looking at guys that was in the portal, trying to figure out what your roster was going to be, how many people you need to go visit, and it was like,
I think it's gonna be somewhere along that too.
we lived at the USC hotel for 2 months.
I think you could end up being like
And I can remember waking up every day, 5 o'clock in the morning, over here by 7. And at this point, when we first got here, we weren't even in this building. We was over in the other building in a room, just watching film. So I mean, it was.
usually it's like goes down like that.
I look back at it now. It was fun. It was exciting, but it was
You know, like you always
also like.
Not that time.
Not trying to do that.
I'm like, man, I'm getting too old for this one.